Hi, I'm Priscilla Mensa, and I am a web developer. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions from friends and family members asking about, what a web developer is, what are some of the ways junior developers get jobs, and so I decided to make this video to answer a lot of those questions. What is a junior web developer? Great place to start. A junior web developer, it's the basic job title of an entry-level web developer. Developers are in charge of taking designs from a visual designer or a web designer, graphic designer, and turning that image or file into CSS and HTML. Essentially, we are taking something that is two-dimensional and making it so that a browser can understand it, so actual humans can scroll and click and browsers can read the site. It's a pretty fun job for those who are interested in writing code. Developers bring their HTML and CSS skills to a company to build landing pages, to work on existing websites, to build brand new websites, and email templates, etc. Junior developers are often experienced or at least familiar with using common frameworks like Bootstrap for CSS and jQuery for JavaScript. And the duties of a job of a web developer are going to vary based on the needs of the client as well as the existing development team's practices. So if you're on a dev team where everything is done from scratch, you'll be expected to work from scratch. Similarly, if they've got a pretty complicated system going on with how they build, you'll be expected to get up to speed on delivering websites with their current system. As far as the secret to getting a junior developer job, I will tell you that there are absolutely no secrets to getting a junior developer job. Once you have enough skills and confidence in what you're doing, it's a combination of patience, persistence, and portfolio projects that are going to help you go from applicant to hired. So if you're looking for a job, the best thing you can do is go to Indeed, LinkedIn, or Craigslist and type in the word junior developer and press enter. Some other good keywords to look for are developer one, or simply type in the actual language. So I will type in HTML, put a space, type in CSS right after it, and press enter, and look for all the jobs that mention HTML and CSS. Or if you're more interested in looking for JavaScript heavy roles, type in JavaScript and perhaps the framework that you have learned to use. That way, you'll see jobs. Sometimes the titles of the job will not be direct. So a web developer, it might say web producer, it might say, marketing developer. There's all kinds of different ways to put a job title for a web developer. So it's good to just type in exactly what those languages are to help narrow your search. And another way to look for jobs that's offline is going to Meetups. So meetup.com is a really great site. There are activities in nearly every city for all types of interest, and there are lots of tech events. So if you have a local front-end development group, back-end development group, web group, JavaScript group, CSS group, etc., user experience group, whatever it is, join it, go to the meetups that are interesting to you, and when you're there, ask questions, mingle, talk to people. If you're in the job market and you are a junior developer, by getting to know people and making friends and letting people know that you're looking for jobs, and also being interested in what people have to say, be interested in the title, and also, ask people how they got started in the industry. All of those things will help you frame your job search. And perhaps you might run into somebody who is looking to hire someone that is a junior, or will keep you in mind if a junior position comes up. So how did I get my specific job? Well, I attended a code boot camp. It was one of those that had a guaranteed job placement at the end of it. And I created a portfolio website that showed off my best website projects. And my first portfolio is so different than my current one, by the way. So I showed off my best website projects, both from the boot camp and also projects that I did on my own for fun. I also included code samples, and I included links to my GitHub as well as my LinkedIn account. So it just made it very easy for whoever wanted to take a look at my portfolio to see what I've done, to view my code, and to get an idea of whether or not what I'm doing meshes well with their team. I applied to every interesting job that was in my area, and I included a detailed cover letter that explained why I was interested in working at their specific company as well as in their specific industry. Then I prayed to God and I asked for guidance in this process. And I also had a lot of confidence that I would either get a job or I would at least be able to be an entrepreneur and, either freelance, build my own websites, whatever it was going to be, I would be employed somehow. And this approach helped me get interviews, and I eventually landed my first job. And it was super exciting. And weeks after that, I still had recruiters and interview requests. So the market is definitely hot right now, and anyone who's interested in code and enjoys writing it and wants to be a developer, highly encourage you to take that opportunity. Thank you for listening.